Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Prison Architect, returning to the Gangland prison. And cash has been low for a while, so it's been preventing me from doing some things I want to be doing. And I think what I'd like to do is demolish that, and then I'm going to build some foundations in here to expand visitation, so I can get the visitation the way that I've always wanted it to be. And we've got some flags for some tunnels, but I don't think that they're anywhere where I can be seriously concerned. As a matter of fact, I got my first tunnel just a little bit ago, I think in the last video. I mean, I guess it's technically possible. And I could queue to have this cell searched. I'm kind of getting over the whole tear the toilet down just to make sure, because every time I've done that, it's just been a waste of time. Oh, we do need to get the time going a little bit faster, though. All right, now that that's done, let's get the foundation. So dismantle this and dismantle this so that we don't waste them. And then when that's done, I think we expand things out. So this will be a little bit messed up for the meantime, but people can come in and out through this door, so I'm not too worried about it. And we're not going to have the metal detector for a little while, but we can always reinstall it. All right, now we do the foundation. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do it like this so they just go ahead and knock out the wall automatically. But they won't knock this wall out. Kind of don't want there to be a wall. Oh, I guess there has to be a wall there, huh? I'm wondering, can I... Nah. You know what? We're just going to have to live with that. I would have preferred the foundation go out like this a little bit. I wonder if I can fix that. No, it doesn't let me. Oh well, it's not the end of the world, and it's not going to, I think, ruin what I want to do here. It's just not going to be quite shaped the way I'd want it to be shaped. Okay. Because technically, I'd want it to be shaped like that. You know what? That will probably do it. Okay, and that didn't cost me too much money. And then, materials-wise, we're going to go ahead and tell them to put in, what do we have, fancy tiles in here? Fancy tiles. Well, we'll wait until they're done with the foundation. The real cost is going to be when... I might need some lights in here, too. Is there 0 lights in here? That's kind of weird if that's the case. Yeah, I think there's 0 lights in here. Okay. Well, they're finished. But I'm going to have to install some lights here, so... do one... no, I don't like that placement. We'll do one here. One here. And on the other side, we'll do one here and one there. Okay. All right, now that the foundation is done, now we can do the floor. So let's draw that out. And then when visitation is actually over, I will change some things, so... And I guess we can put in that jail door, which is going to be here. So this is how the inmates will get in. Honestly, I don't know which way these are supposed to go. Like, which way... Oh, that's actually perfect. Prisoner. Got it. Okay, that helps. Now, whether or not I'll need a jail door here, too, I don't know. Okay. But I'm going to have to wait until the visitation periods are over Alright. How is our alcoholics meeting going? Pretty good. We have a few people at least attending. Cash inflow's looking good. I don't know how well the janitors are keeping the place clean, but... I kind of wonder, should I put a camera in here? I'm thinking I kind of need one, because this is an area that prisoners are coming in and out of. And it looks like you can actually cheat the system and have it go through walls, so that's kind of fun. So if we put it facing this way, it should actually look inside some of these areas. All right, so I'll put it right there. And then we'll hook it up to one of these monitoring stations. I don't think it matters which one. And we're tapping the phones, so we're listening to what the prisoners are saying. And grants. It'd be nice if we actually got them done, but still working on it. Part of the problem is programs. I can't get the education program going unless somebody actually does the general education. You know what? I kind of wonder with the spiritual guidance if I've messed up with that. I'm going to actually reinstitute that. I know I canceled one. I'm going to reinstitute that. So I have to go back to programs and hit edit. And where we need to do that. So we've got spiritual guidance there. And we'll put another one here. But I'm going to put it down there. And we'll see if what happens with that. Yeah, see, I think I misread some of these. So I'm not sure. Shouldn't there be two of these? Let me see. Yeah, see, I canceled the one. I don't know if that's right or not. Sometimes I get really confused. Okay, so that looks like there's people in the queue. All right, so if I go to edit schedule and I do behavioral therapy, will they suddenly appear? Now see, now that looks like there's nobody attending at all. And that's why, I don't know, it's like I get a little bit confused with these programs and whether or not they're set up correctly. Like, for instance, I only have one foundation education program, but it looks like there's a bunch of people enrolled, but only one interested. So did I just run the program anyway, regardless of whether people show up for it? I'm not really sure. But I'm going to do that. And then we'll just have to see what happens here. Maybe it doesn't count people that are actually get in the program as interested. That could be. And I'm just missing out on that aspect of things. Alright, well. Intake's turned to 2, and it looks like we're going to need 2 again. Because of paroles or whatever. Still have some visitation going on, so I'm going to have to wait before I finish that off. And in the meantime, we're just kind of holding on to what cash we managed to get. Okay, now we need to hook up this camera, so... Let's see. You're hooked up to 5 cameras. You're hooked up to 4. You're hooked up to 4, and you're hooked up to 6, I think. All right, we'll grab one of the ones that is only hooked up to 4, and we'll connect that to this. Okay. See, that can cheat and actually look through walls. I kind of realized that. So this camera can actually see into the shop, as well as the cleaning cupboard in this area. All right, well, we've got good cash inflow. Ooh. Got some fighting. Nobody was killed. A lot of people injured, including the dog. I wonder if that's what started it. The dog started getting beat on. Well, that's a lot of blood again. All right. And eventually, I'd like to get this cell block finished. And then whatever I'm going to build down here finished. The idea was at one point to make it a canteen. But if I'm not going to make this a kitchen, I'm not really sure about that. I mean, I could always convert it to a kitchen and then do something else with the office later. I mean, there's always room over here for offices. Tunnel over there. Well, that's unlikely. There's no reason I couldn't fit an office over here. I mean, it needs to be 4 by 4. So if I planned it out. Well, that is a little bit of a problem. Because to get it to be the right size, we're going to be running into the fence. Could also do an office over here, though. Then we would have the prerequisite 4 by 4. Yeah, and then you just put the office here. All right, well, that's not... As a matter of fact, I'm actually wasting space if I think about it. I mean, this guy would lose out on his window, but... Technically speaking, we would only need 1, 2, 3, 4. So... Let's say I did the office here. It's actually oversized, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's say the wall's here, like that. That would be an office. Then you have plenty of space to walk around it and all that stuff, too. I mean, that's a thing I could do, and then I could do the canteen over here. Now, when I'd have the cash to do that, I don't know, but... Alright, so visitation is stopped. So, why don't I can't get the cell object thing to work. And I don't know really why it doesn't work, but we are going to dismantle all these objects. So dismantle, 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 dismantle. And then we're going to replace them. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these objects. I cannot sell them. Like, I do not need this bench. But I can't sell it. It doesn't let me. And that frustrates me a little bit. See, nothing I can do. These are... Once you buy them, you buy them. Alright, now we go ahead. And we do the... visitor booth. Alright, so we want prisoner on this side, visitor on the other. I didn't pay attention to how much those cost until after I'd already bought a bunch. But they cost a lot. 1,000 apiece. But, that's how I've wanted visitation to be for a while now. This way, we'll be able to prevent them from getting contraband through. And even still, we're going to put a metal detector in here. To prevent anything coming in and out of visitation. I could also put a metal detector in front of, what you call it, the mail room. But for now, I think I'm happy with what we've got. Alright, well, that was spending that bit of cash that I've been saving up. But there's visitation finally the way I've wanted it for a long time. And technically, I think this allows more prisoners to visit at the same time. Whereas before, a max we could get was 4. Now we can do, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, wow, one more. Alright, we'll get some utilities over to the... that. And you know what? I guess we can do that metal detector here. It's not that big of a deal. And then we'll just get the utility over to it. But this way, we've got this area covered. A couple times over, as a matter of fact. They have to walk through 2 metal detectors. Maybe a little bit redundant, as a matter of fact. Oh, well. But for the meantime, I think things are running pretty well. It's just frustrating because these grants, I feel like they're never going to get completed. Because we need to have 10 superior beds. Now, it's not giving me any idea of how many we've actually made. Sounded like we're still shocking people. I wonder if we come in here if it would actually tell me. Nah, it's not going to tell me. So I have no idea. Reoffending rate, reform. Health went up. Interesting. I don't know what I did. Maybe having the alcoholics program helped. I'm not sure. And I probably need to restart the other kitchen program too. So let me take a look at that. So we've got kitchen safety. Put a kitchen safety over there too. I'm not going to worry about if people can make it or not. All right. Ooh, we got more intake possible. Hope nobody died. Or escaped. It would tell me that here, wouldn't it? Prisoners escaped, 0. So we've been good about that. I want to see this visitation in action, though. All right, let's get the bit of utility we need. And I'm just going to have to keep checking up and seeing. Yeah, I mean, nobody's attending this, but I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to allow it to do whatever it needs to do. Part of me feels like I should run the general education program and just cross my fingers and hope that it, somebody takes it and somebody passes. So, in that vein, I think I am going to do that. So, what do we got going on here? Probably people are hungry. I want the school. I just have to find it here. Classroom, whatever. Would it be yellow? Could be yellow. Could be green. I don't really know. I am just not seeing it. I never am able to find these things when I'm looking for them. All right, let's just go through here. So we've got yard, shower, workshop, common room, laundry, visitation, library, forestry, parole, classroom. There it is. Okay. So if we just put a little bit of a classroom. Minimum size. So it doesn't like that. It's not big enough. All right, we'll do that. That should be fine. Okay, we need school desks and an office desk. Okay, so object, office desk. Chair, and we have plenty to spare. And then we need school desks. Honestly, I could probably dismantle some from here and just take them over. We'll do... Doesn't have to be a lot. I'm going to do 4. That's it. And then, hopefully when that gets done, I will do a classroom over here in the smaller classroom and make that the next level of education. And Looks like, as far as the intake goes, we can go ahead and do just one this time until we find out. All right, we've got new people in here. We've got gangsters. As a matter of fact, I have to check those gangsters here in a second. All right, well, you have MaxSec written all over you. And you also have MaxSec written all over you. All right, and then we've got... there's another prisoner that probably already got taken away. And then we've got this guy who is a gangster. And I have not been keeping tabs on the gang. So you're in the red gang, which normally... Oh, we got a gangster here that I missed because he's inside the wall. Okay, well, you're getting max-sect because you're part of the green gang. And then let's take a look at this gang stuff. So we've got 6 members of the green gang, which I thought were supposed to be max-sec, but it looks like one of them got overlooked. So we've got the blue gang and the green gang together in max-sec. So I'm going to have to grab this guy and max-sec his butt. There we go. And then, let's see, back to intelligence and gangs. All right, I don't think I'm missing anybody else. Like we've covered everybody. All right. And... ooh. Okay. I have no informants. But a lot of this is I'm getting from the phone taps. So I got stuff going on the edges. This is why I want to get rid of the drop points. I think they're still able to throw it over and get things happening over here, and that's why they're getting contraband in. So eventually, what I'd like to do is fence off areas and prevent prisoners from going in there. So, like, what I do is in between areas like this, I'd put a fence across and not allow them through. So they wouldn't be able to get in here. And then we would probably close all this stuff off and say staff only. But for that to be effective, I have to close off all this area. And the only way that's going to happen is if I actually build the structures. But if I build this structure, the exit way is over here. So I would have to fence it off over this way. And if I have another building over here, you know, it gets complicated. So until I actually finish the prison, I don't feel like I can do that effectively. Because even if I fence off, let's say I fence this area off. Well, they can still get over here because they can just walk around. Even if I fence off this area and this area and this area and this area, as long as they can get over here and just walk around, they can get there. And even if I do all that, even if I fence off this area, they can get over here and so on. So until I get the structures actually built, I can't really prevent the drop-offs, but I am aware that it's a problem. And I can't do any of the structures because I don't have the money. Okay, we see the visitation. And there they are. Yeah, they literally phased through the wall there. And this will prevent the workers from bringing supplies through because they can't go this way. They get stopped. So that's why I did this. Now this guard in here that's deployed, I think I need to move them. So cancel that and then deploy the guard over here instead. Because this is actually 2 separate areas now. And I don't think we need a guard on the visitors. They're not prisoners. So that's fine. Alright, well, let's see. If I were to do the foundation, and this is an if, how much would it cost me? Way more money than I have. Alright, we'll just keep that in mind. Alright, about 14-ish thousand is how much I need to be able to keep going. Fortunately, programs are running me a lot of money here. But we'll make up for it with intake eventually. But it's getting to the point where I need to build this cell block. And then I need to build whatever I'm going to build over here. All right, now that that's done, let me go ahead and get the program running. So, program. Now, as far as I'm aware, nobody's interested, but I'm going to start the program nonetheless. And we're going to actually put it out manually. So this classroom here is the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and do general education. General education. Now, this is going to cost me money to run. Actually, a fair amount of money. And the fact that nobody's attending is a problem. But I really can't do anything about it, unfortunately. Oh, okay, I get it. So honestly, probably what I want to do here is store, or shop actually, shop front. I get how this works now. So you have the person on one end of the glass that works, then you have the purchases go on the other side. So I'm going to put another front up here and see if that gets worked as well. Is he getting a nudie magazine? And we'll see if we can get double the sales going on. It's very interesting. I wish that's something that was actually gone over in the campaign, like in the tutorial. Hey, we set up a shop and this is how it works. Because this is not really self-explanatory. So somebody like me that's completely new to the game gets confused by such things. This should be connected. It just, they have to switch across. But now I have a lot of intelligence of the prisoners here. I could probably get a good idea of people that are problems. Like this guy, he's a volatile, skilled fighter. I have to find exactly who it's talking about, though. Is it this guy? Yeah. This prisoner is liable to kick off without warning and for no reason. This prisoner is skilled in defensive combat moves that can disarm their opponent and even take their weapon. Well, that sounds scary. But he's almost out of prison, so... Alright. That's interesting. How's our prisoner grading going? Oh, reoffending rate continues to drop. That is fantastic, honestly. Still nobody has escaped. And... a lot of these things don't look like they've moved much. The amount of cash inflow I have, though, is really starting to drop. A lot of this is just a desperate bid to get somebody through the school. But doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I hope that the more people pass the foundation program, which we actually have 10 people having passed. So, technically that means that there are 10 people that are qualified, just nobody interested. I wish I could tell them, hey, can you divide up the prisoners a little bit more and get them over into these yards? But unfortunately, I can't do that. All right, well, we might as well go a little bit faster speed here, because we are waiting for intake. And speaking of intake, we can up the prisoner count, because it looks like somebody else has been paroled. All right. What can we do here? We can... informants. I'm not sure how you would recruit somebody if you wanted to. So... that's custody. Search, 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 punish. Yeah. Not really anything I seemingly am able to do. Maybe I don't have the tech. Honestly, I haven't... See, I have all this stuff. Could I take a bank loan? That would help probably get things progressing here. Yeah, you know what? Let's get the bank loan. That way I can actually get the amount of cash I need to finish this off a little bit quicker rather than having to wait. And then maybe once that's finished, which is going to take about 12 hours, we can do that. And probably, I think this is a good point to put a cut in the video. So at least that's the game plan, I think, is to get a loan so that we can get the money we need to advance the next bit of the game that we need to advance, which is getting some of the structures built, rather than sitting around and waiting a lot. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.